So I made a video reminding Christians that Jesus was a brown-skinned man who was killed for breaking the law. And a lot of them are going on that video and saying that Jesus wasn't killed for breaking the law, which I think is a fairly complex topic. I'll get more into that at the end of the video, but I would like to say, I think this actually makes my point further. The idea that he didn't actually break the law, but he was still treated like a criminal, it actually supports my point that he is like people who are being arrested by ICE. Did you know that 65 to 73% of the people who are being picked up by ICE are not criminals, yet they are being treated like one anyway? In the scenario where Jesus didn't break the law, it doesn't really matter because he was still killed as if he was a criminal. He was still killed by Roman soldiers, and maybe not officially at the arm of the Roman government, since Pontius Pilate said, I wash my hand of this, but he was still killed by Roman soldiers who escorted him to the cross, and he was killed by crucifixion, which was a punishment only the Roman government used. The religious people of the time, if they had been the ones to kill him, would have stoned him instead of crucifying him and putting him on a cross, which was literally a symbol that they wanted to make sure people knew these people were criminals. So either way, he was treated like a criminal, whether he was actually convicted of a crime or not, very much like the people who are being arrested by ICE. On an aside, a little fun extra note, did you know that the Jewish high priests of the time were hand-selected by the Roman Empire? That was like part of their agreement. The Jews could continue to practice their religion as long as the high priest could be selected by the Roman government, and then the high priest's job was to keep the Jewish people peaceful and in order. So it would be fairly easy to argue that the Jewish high priests were kind of an extension of the Roman Empire and served the will of the Roman Empire. Obviously, it's way more complicated than that, but I'm trying to keep this short. Whether or not Jesus was actually convicted of a crime doesn't really matter. He was still a brown man who was killed like a criminal.